Hey guys, welcome to the next game. It is going to be um, Team the Grills versus Pinky and the Brains. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Um, just confirming something real quick. Hey guys. Hey, I'm gonna jump you into waiting room. How long till Gene Ralphio is here?
He said he will come now.
Yeah. Okay.
He told he come in 10 minutes, some in 10 minutes ago, I think.
All right. I'll jump you guys into a room. I'll be watching him and getting him ready. I'll put him in the room with you as soon as he comes. All right, viewers, it is time to choose a civilization to or a team to pick the map bans first. If you want, um, I'm your hero. I'm glad I'm your hero. If you want Japan Blamers team, aka Team Peaky and the Brains, to ban a map first, put ones in the chat. If you want Team Hot Girls team, or aka the Grills, to ban a map first, put twos in the chat.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right. We aren't getting a vote yet on the teams. Not enough viewers in chat. Probably mostly on the ESOC tournament. So I'm gonna pick the highest PR player team, and that is going to be it's going to be Japan Blamer, right? All right, they're banning DACA. Now, other team to ban now. The Grills.
Yes.
Hey, Boba Boo. The semifinals are going to be next weekend due to players not being as available as they were as was originally planned this weekend. So semifinals will be Saturday next weekend, and finals will be Sunday. Ban Fraser River. All right, DACA and Fraser River are out. Now we do Civ bans. Civ bans and Pinky and the Brains ban first. Ban Ottomans. Okay. All right, Japan banned for Pinky and the Brains, and Ottomans banned for Team the Grills. All right, now we are going to do the random map. I'm going to show the screen for you guys. And the random map is going to be, for the very first map, is Manchuria. All right. Oy, oy, oy. waiting on a civilization from Pinky and the Brains. And then we're going to follow it up with the grills and rinse and repeat 3 times, and then we're going to get into the game. Russia, it looks like. Possibly. Alright. Russia.
Yes.
France, okay. France is pretty good into Russia. Russia has a little bit more flexibility when it comes to sea. France is not very good on sea, but they can do it, I suppose. Just not the best. Alright, France picked up by Pinky and the Brains team now. I wonder what the third pick is going to be. If it is Germany, they're going to have extremely good cavalry. Alright, so Japan is the second civ picked up for the grills. So it is France and Japan. Still waiting on Japan Blamer or Pinky and the Brains to pick another civ. So yeah, one more civ from Pinky and the Brains, and then one last civ from the girls, and then we're going to get into it. So Brits is the third civilization. Okay. Alright, so Brits, France, and Russia. Okay. Pretty good, solid civs. Nothing too wacky yet from them. It is kind of expected that Brits would go C, but not necessarily. I mean, there's a lot of different things that can be done. We'll see.
No.
Alright, now waiting for the third civilization from the grills. They have picked France and Japan. Alright, so Dutch, Japan, and France versus Britain, British, France, and Russia. Interesting. Alright, so first impressions, I think I probably like Dutch, Japan, and France a little bit more. Russia has a hard time keeping up with Boom. But British also has the best C out of those civs. Japan has pretty decent C. But we'll see what happens. I also like Dutch into Russia, assuming those are both the players' civilizations that go skirmisher type units. Skirmishers into strelets is always nice. You have range advantage, can kite. Yeah. Hi, Tadstar. Alright, I'm going to mute the music for the rest of this match probably. And here we go. This is game number 1 between the Pinky and the Brains and the Grills. This is the second quarterfinals match. First one was played a couple hours earlier. And yeah, looking good. This is Manchuria. It is Japan Blamer in British, France for Mr. Flower Power, and Wilson Shaheen in Russia. Also, we have a Hot Girl in Dutch, Ironic Virus in France, and Jean Ralphio in Japan.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Hawk Girl to green up.
Are you ready?
We are getting into it. Hi, Mr. Glebo. Bobaboo is Mr. Glebo? Is that what it is? Or is Glebo Tadstar? I don't know. Alright, so here we go. Manchuria. So Brits, French, Russia versus Dutch, France, Japan. Yeah, we'll have to see what they do. The booming potential is definitely better for team with Dutch, France, and Japan, but C can tip the balance either way. Yeah, I think we could have too. It wasn't so much practice. Like, yeah, it was the first time that Widows had ever used Spain. We'd only practiced it a few times, but they did really well. It was honestly on me to not adapt. My problem for not adapting well enough. I should have just not sent Team Spahi probably, or they send me some more wood, or I build a house earlier. Yeah. All right, so here we go. I'm excited for this. This is game number 2. Or game number 1, match number 2, between Pinky and the Brains and the Grills. All right, so Manchuria. There's livestock on the map. You are allowed to, or you can go out and grab a lot of the cows. Additionally, there's some trade posts that spawn. We'll see if players go for that right away. Looks like British may be doing so. And we'll see decks when they start being picked. See if anybody's going for C. Alrighty. So, yeah, looking good. We can look at the economic units and see how many yaks have been gathered up. I believe they're yaks. Yes, they are. That is currently 9 for the Grills and 4 for Pinky and the Brains. I think Bobaboo must be I'm not sure. Probably Axemen? I don't know. Alright, so looking good. We'll go back to shipment sent, see nobody's done any of that yet. Looking at it, it looks like Dutch has a little bit of a C deck. Japan also has a little bit of a C deck. Brits has not picked a deck yet. We'll see what they pick soon. Alright, so not a C deck from Brits. Russia has a C deck, okay. And then France just has 2 Caravels. Alrighty. Can look at those decks a little bit more in depth. The 3 Floyds are really nice. That's an excellent shipment. It's basically 3 Galleons, but they're a little bit stronger than normal. Yeah. No 4 Villagers, but that's pretty standard. Only age 3 shipment, military shipment, land military shipment they have is 9 Reuters. Looking at France, pretty standard, does have spice trade. Japan, definitely a water deck. It's more warships instead of like gathering fishing ships, if you will. Looking at the rest, it's a pretty solid water deck from Russia. Yeah. It is interesting to note that there is not any Age 2 cavalry shipments or upgrades from British. We do have Japan aging up pretty quickly. See what it's going to go on there. Looking at the shipments, it is Heavenly Kami sent first. Not something you'll always see, but still probably the most standard start for Japan. This is the first game, Tadstar and Bobaboo. This is the first game, match number 2 of the quarterfinals. Alright, so we have some shrines going up. Definitely seems to be more shrine booming, not going water yet. Hey Lunas, I'm glad I can be streaming for you. Alright, so we have a very forward blockhouse. It's rather late though. It's also going to be sieged as it's going up. We'll see exactly what happens with it. Sometimes they can go down before the first batch of Strelets even comes out. We do have all 3 players from the grills up. And just now all 3 players from Pinky and the Brains up. This blockhouse is not worth even trying to get up. It's going to go down really quickly. Yeah, 148 HP. Pretty sure that's going to go down before our first batch even gets up. 65, 32, yep. Second blockhouse coming out, using the wood to do so. That's fine though. That's 250 wood down for Russia in a rush. That's really nice. All right. Hey Ubersetter, how's it going? Hey, thanks for the raid, Isak. Hey, how's it going? How was that match? Who won? Ezad or who was playing the other one? It was Ezad versus Victor. Who won? Alright, so getting back to this game, there is 1 TP out from both teams. The economy is definitely better for Team the Grills currently, but we do have the Pinky and the Brains very forward FB. Looks like it's going to be muskets, probably muskets, strelets, and hussar. Looking at the rest, we have a barracks out from Dutch as expected. Probably going to be skirms, yes. And we have cavalry out from France. Looking at General Frio, does have a barracks out. We can look at, okay, so he has Ashy, as expected. All right, so defender's advantage for the grills, but we'll see if Team Pink and the Brains can get enough of a advantage with getting units out ASAP. It looks like the grills is able to clean this up pretty well. There's a lot of cav onto the Strelets. Yeah, looks like it's going to be no problem for them. Rough start already for Team Pinky and the Brains. We'll see what happens with C. It was that's the consulate fishing boats that were sent by the grills, by Jean Rafio. Looking at the rest of it, so second TP up by Mr. Flower Power. Looking good for him. Looking at the economy, decidedly in favor of the grills. We'll see if it continues to be that way. Looking at the rest, as far as shrines go, we do have 10 shrines out for Jean Rafio. We'll see how long those stay up. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of sieging right now. Decent amount of musk. We can look at military units. 16 musk, 14 strelets, 5 hussar versus 7 hussar, 14 skirms, and 11 ashy. I definitely like the position of the grills team more here. Better economy, and they have defender's advantage if the enemy pushes into them. They obviously can't stay on defense forever, but if they get an economy lead and have a bigger army pushing out because of that, that'd be really nice. We have a second blockhouse up here, kind of trying to control the shore, it looks like. We can look at that. You can't see all of it. Can't see this little bit, but yeah. Ezad one. All right, nice. Yeah, he's done really well. He's been playing really well recently. Looking at the rest of it, we have a little bit of a raid coming in with muskets here, but I don't expect them to do a whole lot. We can look at E units lost, and we see one villager is down from ironic virus, but that's it. Yeah, go back to shipment sent for you guys. That is... Oh man, that was really close to that villager going down. Let's see. Let's look at military units and see how much of a mass each team has. That's 32 musketeers, 44 strelets, and 14 hussar. That is definitely bigger than the opponents, but it's also at the same time they're pushing in to the opponent who has defender's advantage. We'll see if there. It is quarterfinals. Yes. Yes. Brand boy. I don't know. I think I like the position from the grills more here, but it's pretty close. Minuteman was called. That's a good choice. Looks like the skirmishers will be pretty protected. The pikemen come in here, and also, of course, the ashy in front. The hussar from ironic virus comes around. Gonna try to get on top of the strelets if possible. It's actually a really nice move. It looks like the strelets might be pulled back a little bit. I'm not sure what the musketeers are up to. Those Naginata are nice. It's a nice pop. Yeah, I like the position from the girls a lot more here, for sure. The skirmishers could clean up everything just themselves, but the cav on the strelets is really nice. Any important raiding or anything going on? Just a little bit there. We do have a little bit of raiding here, but it is caught by Mr. Flower Power. Back to the fight, and it is cleaned up. Yeah, big advantage for the grills currently. We have a raid coming in here from Mr. Flower Power. If it's not noticed, then that could do a lot. Okay, and it is noticed in time already. We have a lot of cav out from Mr. Flower Power, but it is... it wasn't in the fight. It could have made a difference. But we'll see. He was trying to control the map. It's respectable. See if this cav can make it out. Looks like it won't. We'll see how much of it goes down. The micro here is really important. There's this fighting going on over here. I'm going to watch that for now. Yeah, really, I mean, just skirmishers are so strong. It's really hard to match up with the Strelets. That's a decent amount of cavalry. Definitely need enough anti-cav. This is where things could turn a little bit. Need the cav to come back and cover those skirms. That's enough Ashy, I think, to save most of the skirms at least. Yeah, okay, pulls back. Firepower pulls back. I really like skirmishers here. Dutch are just so strong in team games on EP. Alright, so looking at the economy, about a 23 vil lead for the grills. It appears they are not on water yet. The caravels were sent, but there's just a couple. We can look at the vision. Perhaps you'd want those a little bit closer. Back to the fight. Not, let's see. The Strelet's kind of trapped here. I like the position of the grills more just because of all the skirmisher mass, and they do have the cavalry advantage at this point too. So looking really good. We can go back to shipments sent for you guys. You guys can see that. The cavalry starting to get on top of the skirmishers though. This is looking really good for Pinky and the Brains now. Does not have cover for those skirmishers. He needs to melee mode those Ashy and get them in there. Another pop of cavalry. If those skirmishers stay alive, then the girl's position is looking pretty nice, but it's a little bit rough right now. Naginata out. I think he needs to perhaps go a little bit heavier on the Ashy and a little bit less on the Naginata. Needs a little bit more protection for the skirmishers here. I mean, all in all, it's not the worst trade ever. It does save most of the skirmishers. Several do go down, obviously. At this point, yeah, just need protection for the skirmishers, and they can clean up this whole army here. There is more units coming in, but yeah. Wait, what? I'm gonna look at the stream, read it real quick. That's all right. Parasat being his normal self, and everyone being the normal self. Talking about trimming Tad Star's mustache. Looking at the rest, so the military is a little bit of a lead for Pinky and the Brains, but considering that there's that many Strelets, well, 57 Strelets, I'd say it's pretty close in all reality. Ashy are a little bit stronger than muskets. Skirmisher is significantly stronger than Strelets. And 5 cavalry from both. Hot Girl did just age up. It looks like Jean Raphael is also aging up now. Looking at the resources of everyone else, Ironic Virus is missing coin to age up, but that's it. Yeah, needs a little bit more villagers on coin, it looks like. Cleaning up some shrines around the map. Jean Raphael is currently on 17 shrines, so he's done a good job of keeping that going. Looking at docks, we do have a dock out from Pinky. Pinky is angry. Another dock out. We can look at the vision. He's just trying to control and make sure that there is not indeed fishing boats coming out. If the grills had fishing boats at this point, they would be super far ahead, at least from, yeah, if it didn't affect them with getting units out. Let me close this real quick. And it looks like they're pushing out to the FB. Definitely a strong army, 142 pop to 161. The advantage in military strength is actually in the grills side right now, on the grills side. Looking at the economy, it's a little bit more for the grills. Just a little bit of an edge, about 22 there. We'll see if a bunch of fishing boats come out. We have a few come out. Looking at the HP on these fishing boats, they have not been scouted yet. We'll go back to shipments sent for you guys. There's a really good mass from Team the Grills. Ironic Virus should be aging really shortly. On the other hand, Mr. Flower Power will probably age soon, but that's about it for them. Ironic Virus still not aging. Perhaps a little bit cut out. I guess he's focusing on this right here. He is aging now. There we go. Alrighty. So FB cleaned up. That is a manor going down. Looking good. They are still only on one trade post for Team the Grills. Thank you for the follow, Pedguvia. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, the support from the whole Age of Empires 3 community and just the team game support has been amazing. It's really, really nice to be able to represent the team games for Age of Empires 3. Looks like these fishing boats are finally found. That's good for... Oh, okay, and this is where it's really important. These floats are very strong. We'll see if they can take out enough of the opponents. Looking at that, doesn't look like there's any fishing boats in the dock firing. They're just controlling the map. They need to get... okay, so Hot Girl has a boat out. Looking at his deck, yes, it is indeed a sea deck. The 3 floats are so strong. It's a great shipment. Looking at the rest of the map, not a whole lot going on. We can look at military units. It is 87 Strelets. You can see all of those numbers there. I'm not going to name all of them right now. Looking on sea, I like the position. I don't know. The sea is not decided for either player right now. Naginata going in for a raid. You can look at units lost and see how many villagers has gone down from each player. 6 villagers down for Japan Blamer. Nothing else really to know there. We have 8 actually down for Mr. Flower Power. That's pretty big. 8 CDB is quite a bit. We'll go back to shipment sent. See how the fighting has gone here. Might want to repair those ships. They're all a little bit hurt. Yeah, as is that caravel. Looking over here, that scout just working wonders, seeing where the opponents are. It's a pretty big mass coming to the right side. This castle is fairly damaged by that explorer. Must have been attacking it while it was going up. So basically, just the age advantage is huge for the Grills right now. Military is really, really close. In fact, I'd probably say the Grills have a bit better. But both Hot Girl and both Dutch and Japan age 4 is really, really big. Yeah, it's looking really good for them. A couple flaming arrows out. Looks like the daimyo does go down. Kind of a bad position for the daimyo there. Yeah, just like the position from the Grills, so much more here. Stronger economy, better military. Basically, just the early rush from Pinky and the Brains was not strong enough into what the Grills were able to defend with. Yeah, just huge advantage for the Grills. They've got to pull something out. Maybe some Oprachnik raids, or... I mean, they haven't boomed on sea enough. They haven't had an opportunity to. Russia does have schooners, interesting. Has he sent... He did send it. Yeah, just huge military raid. Alright, they call it. So... Alright, gonna give 1 up to the grills. Yep, looking good. Now we'll look at some of the post-game stats there. We'll look at military. Gene Ralphio killing it with Japan there. Doing amazing. Experience, Hot Girl getting the most combat XP. Gene Ralphio getting barely the second most. Looking at military unit population, we can look at the team stats. Very close, but one team focused on the defense and or economy a little bit more, and one focused on rushing super hard. Getting that blockhouse down, the very first blockhouse was pretty big. We can look at the villager population, really close the whole game. I would say on average a little bit in favor of Pinky and the Brains. But yeah, really close the whole game. We can look at the all resources gathered, strongly in favor of Hot Girl, of the grills, the banks and the shrines, just proving their worth. This is the first game of this of the second match. Cookie, my team Jammin played versus Team Haza, and we lost 2-1. We had a pretty good showing for it, but yeah, I kind of let my team down in game number 3. But yeah, we did really well. Yeah, looks good. That was an excellent game. Excellent game. Well played. Pretty close. Yeah, we're gonna get into game number 2 here. Yeah. This is the first game of the series, match number 2. All right, let me bring it to this. It's not actually a timer. Here, let me, well, I don't know what I can do for that. Whatever, I'll just stare at here. Just waiting on ESOC to load. I'm gonna reload it. Yep. Can't have everything be fair, but or can't have everything be perfectly fair. Obviously, then no team would ever win, as Tadstar is kind of insinuating there. Also, the team's captains did pick their own teams. Thanks for the follow, Oliver Jones. Appreciate it. Also, Bernie, thank you guys. The support from everyone, I appreciate it so much. The Age of Empires 3 community and team games for Age of Empires 3 being represented here. It's very appreciated, all the support we have. Yeah. Yeah, Vilpop wasn't very meaningful. You're right, Etta Holland, because of the banks and shrines. But I did say that a little bit afterwards. That was not early. Wait, earlier today, my team played, if that's what you're referring to, Tadstar. But yeah, I'm live right now, obviously, 2-minute delay. Ironic, we'll be right back. Alright, so Team Pinky and the Brains pick map first. The Grills pick Civ first.
Yes.
Alright, we'll see what map Pinky and the Brains pick. Tad Star's good as a moderator. Yeah. Cascade Range. All right. Nice. So Cascade Range, interesting map. It favors a team that has heavy aggression because there's not a whole lot of safe hunts and mines. If an enemy has a forward base, your whole side of the map is kind of spread out in a long, thin line, and it's kind of hard to focus in one area at a time, and you don't have natural resources for very long. The Grills are going to pick Civilization first. Hot Girl cannot pick Dutch, Jean Raphael cannot pick Japan, and Ironic Virus cannot pick France. Additionally, the bans were what were they? Pinky and the Brains can't pick Japan. And on the other side, I can't remember at the moment what was banned for them. It was Ottoman. Ottomans was banned for the Grills. Yeah. All right, so India picked first by the Girls. That's a good choice. India very strong on this map. Allows the Agra and whatnot, just allows for a really good presence. India is a very strong civilization on team games and EP. France is picked up by Pinky and the Brains. France is kind of one of the strongest Cav civilizations. You could argue that maybe Sue's a little bit stronger, but they're both very, very strong. Yeah. Looking at the rest. All right, so both players pick Dutch. Hot Girl is not going to play Dutch. We know that much. Let's see what Pinky. So it's Pinky and the Brains has France and Dutch, and the Grills have India and Dutch. Third civilization coming out from the Grills. India. All right. So French, Dutch, and India versus French, Dutch, and India. All right. So Mir. This is one of the first, I believe, the first Mir match of complete Mirs that I have cast at a 3v3 tournament for yet. So it's kind of exciting. Looking good. I think perhaps Pinky and the Brains just saying, hey, you guys are picking your civs. We're going to match you guys. We're the better team. Let's go. India's really good here, obviously. Dutch is an extremely good EP team civilization. France is pretty strong in and of themselves. Pretty decent eco, and their cavalry scale really well into the middle and late game. All right, so Cascade Range, it's going to come down a lot to team strategies. If one team is able to get an Agra up closer to the enemy first, it could be really good. But at the same time, it's kind of better to just not do 10-10. So if one player does 10-10 and one does a like 13 Vil up or something, It could be a lot better for the team that does 13 Villa, but they're going to be sacrificing some map pressure, some presence on the map if they do it like that. We'll see what they do though. Dark Knight. It's really just because Hazard's team never named themselves. They, I guess, were not interested in that. Hazard is goofy enough. Yeah. Um, yeah, all right. So this is game number 2, match number 2 between Pinky and the Brains and the Grills. The map is Cascade Range. It is India, Dutch, and French Mirror. So pretty interesting. This map favors early pressure a lot. We'll see if anybody goes for some fishing boats or the like. Ports Consulate and sending some fishing boats as an option. You can maybe do something like that into Ottoman Consulate for the Fourvilles afterwards. We'll see what happens. Yeah. All right, looking good. We'll get into it shortly. Just going to take a quick look at the maps. It's slightly... Okay, let's see. There's 1, 2... just one. One mine for each player.
No.
One hunt for each player. There is 2 mines in the back. I'm gonna let's see, it is I'm gonna pause, let them decide. It's 3, kind of 4, but it's the same as this one over here, so. Okay, they're gonna Alright. Good choice to do so, I suppose. On this map, you can run out of resources really quick. Yeah, I agree. 10-10 isn't very strong at high levels, but if you gain map pressure because of it, it can be pretty good. We'll see what they do though. We will be getting into the next game very shortly, guys.
Are you ready?
Alright, we're getting back into the game. This is game number 2, match number 2, between Pinky and the Brains and the Grills. We will see what comes of it. This is a last map generation was a little bit more favored for the Grills team. And so we have a from Pinky and the Brains. PR-wise is different than ELO rating, though. Japan Blamer has the highest ELO rating. So, looking at the map, I think this is more fair. We'll make sure each player starts with their starting hunt in mind. They do. Yeah, this one's a little bit more fair. We're gonna say this one's good to go. It is basically 3-ish mines safe and 2-ish mines safe, but 2 of them a little bit more back. Additionally, there's no mine here, but there is one here. So I think it's pretty very, very even. Alrighty. $50 food picked up. We can look at the treasures here. There's a lot of treasures, small treasures on this map that are really easy to pick up. There's no really big treasure. They're all really small ones, and just really, you can take them really easily. It favors civilizations such as China or Japan or India, or even it doesn't favor civilizations such as the native civilizations quite as much, because you don't have great treasure guardians to convert. But Asian civilizations, it's really good for this map. Looking at it, we can look at the treasures that were picked up. Lots of them already. Pretty much all food and coin. No wood treasures yet, I don't see. 40 wood just picked up by Gene Rafio. That is India. So yeah, India really appreciates the extra wood. Another 40 wood going to be picked up here, looks like. So I'm really curious. We'll go to shipment sent and recalc the economy. I'm really curious how this is going to play out because it's mere civilizations. Typically when it comes to mere civilizations, their team that gains an eco advantage and doesn't fall way behind on the military is gonna win the game. You can say that about most games, I suppose, but especially in Mir, that's how you usually get a little bit of an edge on the opponent. So this is going to be really interesting because along with that, whichever civilization or whichever team usually is aggressive here wins because there's very little hunts and mines. Like for instance, if the grills were to FB right here, the opponents wouldn't have very many safe mines and hunts, and it would be all available for raiding and a long thin line of defense, if you will. I'm waiting to see what they do though. I could see possibly one team going for Carnimata and the other team going for an Agra. Both are an option, of course, but the Carnimata would give you a little bit of a age advantage or a little bit of an economy advantage. And yeah, we'll see what they do with it. We do have 3 CDB coming in from Hot Girl, 3 villagers from Ironic Virus. All right, so matched on that. It looks like we'll look at the decks really quick. For Japan Blamer, pretty solid deck. Has all but one card maxed out, or it could fit one more card in H2, but that's it. Interestingly enough, does have the Mansabdar Urumi. You don't always see that. It is basically an extra card for just an additional Mansabdar Urumi. It also costs an extra 250 food. Looking at the Dutch deck, standard deck all around. Only one military shipment in H3. Good to note. Does have the plantation cards. Perhaps not the best choice there. We'll see. Additionally, wait, does he? Okay, he does have Royal Mint at least. Plantation cards without Royal Mint would be crazy. Looking at France here, pretty solid deck. Decent amount of military shipments. Does have 10 CDB. Looking at the other Dutch, or other France, he has native cards, so that's really important. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that is going to affect natives. and doesn't have the cheaper natives, interestingly enough. 25% cheaper is actually pretty good. India here, okay, this is a huge difference. This deck to this deck has Team Flails, has both camel cards, has 5 military shipments in age 3 for Japan Blamer, and Gene Ralphio has 6. Also does not have the team unit attack and HP. I suppose at that point he's expecting to just want to spam Yurumi. Looking at the Dutch deck, definitely a lot more military shipments for this one. So all in all, we see that Team Pinky and the Brains has a little bit more boomy start or decks. Looking at the aggro, super close here. We can look at the units lost, see if anyone lost a villager. Japan Blamer did indeed lose one. Just going forward with another villager. Started up. It's crazy hero fights. Thanks for the follow. Emilian Hozekir. I probably butchered your name. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. It looks like Gene Ralphio is up first due to the villager, compared to the other India, due to the villager building a little bit more. Yeah, so aggro is right next to each other. We'll see how this goes down. It would have been really nice to have gotten like a little bit of a wall in between them. That would have been huge for one player. If one player had gotten a little bit of a wall there, you would never be able to really push, not easily there. We do have stable out. I expected to be barracks out from Dutch and stable out from France. That is what we see for both teams, yes. As far as they both went right in the middle, looking at the economies, it is okay. So right away we see a little bit of differentiation. We see Mr. Flower Power sending Bank as second card, 700 wood as the second card for Ironic Virus. French mirrored each other basically, and Japan Blamer sends double wood trickles, and Gene Ralphio sends the Sepoy. I think I like double wood trickles more here. Gives you a little bit more economy, and the opponents, the Sepoy aren't going to be super useful super early due to the aggros being right on top of each other there. It looks like maybe they're just going to be coming around trying to put pressure. Looks like a little bit of a raid came in here. That's nice for Hot Girl. Picked up a villager there. Looks like Gene Ralphio's army may be picked off here. There's no skirmishers out yet. Let's go to military units. 4 skirmishers out. That's not enough here. They're fighting around the aggro. This is really, really crazy. I don't know how I feel about this. It looks like Hawkgirl has opted to raid and not have units back home. Has done pretty well raiding though. We'll go back to units lost, and you guys can see that. 4 villagers down for the opponents. We'll go back to shipment sent. It's looking really good though for Team Pinky and the Brains. They have a significant military advantage at the moment. We'll see if they can snowball it though. A couple villagers going down, that is really key. The villagers going down is going to make up for the raids that Hot Girl got down. So yeah. We'll see if they try to take down the aggro or they're going to just keep on putting pressure. I think it might be smart to take down like the stable or something like that first. We have a new barracks coming up for Dutch. We can go back to military units. As a couple skirmishers, let's look at the banks really quick. 3 banks. And for Flower Power, he also was on 3 banks. So even in that respect, it looks like the grills are pushing this back a little bit. Some good micro from them. Well done. It's really close though. I like the position though of the grills because this aggro is just firing on units the whole time. just free HB being taken off of all of them. So I like the position of the grills a lot. Yeah. It's really, really close though. Looking at it, looks like there's no more raids coming in. We can go back to units lost, see how many units were lost by each team. Definitely more from Team the Grills, more units lost. But were a couple more villagers lost for the for Pinky and the Brains. Looks like the Grills do have an economy lead by a little bit. If the skirmishers, it really just comes down a lot to the skirmisher numbers. Cavalry numbers matter for sure, but skirmisher numbers are what's going to make the difference in double infantry. As long as there's enough sepoy to cover the skirms, that's all that really matters there. I like the pressure put on by Pinky and the Brains, though. A little bit rough with Agra constantly firing on units incoming, especially with Hot Girl picking them up as they come. But that is looking bad for... Okay, the Gardener Pop is really big, actually. That is going to help protect the skirmishers a lot. Villagers coming back. Minutemen also popped from the consulate. If this cavalry, okay, so this is looking like maybe a bit of a cleanup here. That's a lot of cav. Yeah, definitely looking really good from the grills. Looking really good. If the skirmishers can micro on the sepoy, they should go down, and yeah, there's hardly any left. Some more cavalry coming in, but that's not enough to change the fight here. Yeah, looking really good. Reading the chat a little bit. Just a little bit of joking going on. It looks like it's really good for the grills, but it's now time for Pinky and the Brains team to defend. The economy is the same. Looking at the shipments sent, Gene Ralphio has sent 300 export. Mr. Flower Power has gone a little bit more economic than the opponent's Dutch. Looking at France for Hot Girl, the economy is a little bit stronger for Hot Girl too. Yeah, definitely favoring the grills right now. The grills. We'll see if they can transition it though, because you do have to push past the Agra. See what's gonna go on here. Most of the cav going down. If all of the cav can go down, then the skirmishers and the SOAR might be able to clean up the rest. It's really close. We'll see though. Definitely a good pop with the SOAR there. The skirmishers are forced to kite from the cav and are not firing on the opponent's skirmishers or sepoy. This is really, really close. Excellent mirror match. A little bit of economy favoring the grills. A little bit military population lead by them. I think perhaps they could just sit back a little bit and or go around. We have more raids coming in from Hawk. We can look at the units lost and see how many villagers have been lost from each side. 9 now from Japan Blamer. That's pretty big. Looking at the economy lead, that's mostly due to the villagers being raided. Have some raids on the other side. One villager goes down for ironic virus. Okay. Alright, so Sepoy coming around. And the thing about, so can't really show you, but the Agras can see quite a bit. And they can see opponents moving forward like this. So it's a very interesting map, a very interesting mirror. It looks like the cavalry are going to pick up a couple more villagers. Definitely a good trade for them. Okay, and they do get caught. Let's see if they, yeah, they're going to all go down. Alrighty. Looks like they're just defending on this side. Let's go back to military units real quick for you guys. 31 to 27. 15 cavalry by Hawk, 0 for France. France is not anywhere close to aging up either. Flower Power just aged up. That's really nice from him. Looking at the rest of it, Hot Girl may be aging sometime soon. We'll go back to shipments sent for you guys. So Hot Girl just doing really well with lots of economic shipments and still has military advantage. Looks like a little bit of pushing in here right before the aggro goes down. They're going to finish off the aggro, then probably fall back behind their own aggro. That would be my guess. It is H3 skirms versus H2, if you will. So that was a good timing push by them. Economies are very close, 130 to 134. Military, okay, so the H3 skirms just pushing that back. They don't want to deal with it. The coin from Jean Ralphio was shipped to the Agra, and it looks like that. We'll see who picks up that coin though. Have some more raids in by Pinky. We'll look at units lost for you guys. 5 and 4 versus 2, 1 and 9. So yeah, it does look like, okay, so Pinky is aging up right now. While Hawk is still age 2, not looking to age up super soon. Looks like it has run out of mines, it appears. Yeah, going forward to this mine. Will probably age up somewhat soon. Already aging, my bad. And yeah, so we currently are going to have 2 players from each team aging up. Both of the India players are still age 2. Yeah. Looking at their decks, let's see who that favors. That deck versus this deck. Maybe Japan Blamers because he has infantry train faster. If you're stay age 2 for a while, being able to train units faster is nice because you're going to have economy. But I mean, it'd be nice if both of them aged up. Has sent 300 export and good faith agreements. May use that to get the crates from France. Let's see. Still Ottoman consulate. Is that showing text being researched? Okay, yeah. Taking it out of Ottoman consulate. Going to probably be going French for the 1500 crates. Good move there. Yeah. Can look at the ups on the villagers. We have basically all of the ups possible for India in the market. Don't have the age 2 mine upgrade for Hot Girl. And where's some Dutch villagers? Everything but the age 2 would upgrade for Ironic Virus. On the other side, Dutch doesn't have the age 2 mining upgrade. Is getting steel traps just now. France does not have the H2 mining upgrade, and neither of the wood ones. And also Japan Blamer has none of the coin upgrades, but all the other ones, it looks like. Going back to the fighting here. Yeah, so this wall put up by Japan Blamer just kind of sections off part of the map. Having the aggro down is really nice for Pinky and the Brains team. The military lead is slightly bigger for... Oh, these cannons could be huge. But the trade post is really... just the terrain is causing a lot of differences for them. We do have Japan Blamer aging right now. Looks like this wall is going to go down. Looking at water, we do have a caravel out from Ironic Virus. I'm guessing he just aged up with that. probably. Yeah, he aged up with that. So so this is another big difference, is Dutch has lots of H3 military shipments, while Mr. Flower Power does not. He has only one. So you see lots of those coming in for Dutch. I'm expecting them to push out pretty soon. Looking at, I don't know, it's pretty close to see deciding which team has the advantage late game. It is pretty close. That TC going up. Interesting. Alright, so that's just going to kind of control the shore. Does he have any warships? He does not. He's perhaps going to build some, though. That would be a nice move. Yeah, so the decks are economically favoring Pinky and the Brains a bit more. But one thing to note is that France, Hot Girl, has the native ups. So yeah, it's pretty close. Economy definite advantage for the Grills team. It looks like Hot Girl is on 3 TCs. We have Pinky building second TC right now. No, everyone else is on 1 TC. Back to the fighting. The Falconets just doing their work. Going to take down the aggro here. Very nice for them. It's a lot of CDB right there. He's definitely going to have to pull them back. Looking at the unit composition by both teams, we can look at that. It is kind of all around. It looks like Team Flails was sent by the Grills. Yeah. So looking at the unit compositions, I don't know, it's pretty close. Some players are going a lot more heavy on units than others. Military is very close, but Pinky and the Brains have a bit of a lead there. Looking at the cannons, it is 2 cannons out for Hot Girl. Team Yurumi sent by Pinky and the Brains. Yeah, looking really good. We have a push coming in from the right hand side, and mirrors can just be kind of stalematey, but I like how this is swung back and forth a little bit. The Grills definitely have a economic lead, so that's really nice. But we'll see if they can transition that to map, because the little bit more natural resources have been picked up by Pinky and the Brains team. Little bit of raiding going on with the flail elephants. Yurumi coming in on the skirmishers, but not doing a whole lot there. Gonna be a big fight over here. It's a lot of skirmishers and a lot of Reuter. We do see Mr. Flower Power in age 4. He's upgrading his skirmishers right now, and then I'm guessing they're going to take the fight, if at all possible. Cannons coming out, but they're going to go down almost immediately to the Reuter. That is really huge. Definitely a little bit of misplay by Pinky there. Yeah, they're pushing in, though. Pinky and the Brains team is definitely pushing in. I don't know that I would go too many goons here. Some is fine. Maybe focus on getting a little bit more cannons out. Can look at the cannons here. Yeah, I updated it earlier, but I guess it didn't update. It's 1-0 to the Grills. Sorry about that. Alright, so some good fighting. Looks like there's going to be a big fight right here. We do have Ironic Virus aging up, but it might be too late. We'll see. The cannons out from Hot Girl could be the tipping balance, but the coals out from Flower Power, that's really nice. That's really, really nice. And are they going to fire on the Falconet? And it missed? Maybe he clicked a Sepoy. Probably clicked a Sepoy. There we go. Goes down. And he will fire on the other one shortly. Looking around the map, a little bit of raiding going on. but this is where all the action's at currently. The cannons go down. A military advantage slightly in lead to Pinky and the Brains. Economic advantage over to the Grills. This is a classic game of slight eco advantage versus slight military advantage. Urumi versus Urumi, mirror as can be. We have both of the French not participating in this fight too much. Focusing over here some. Do have a dock out. We have a little bit of villagers gathering on the same mine over here. Looks like both teams are going to mills and plantations. Definitely really nice for India having the rice paddies and the carney whenever they do build a carney. Looks like carney yes for Pinky and the Brains, but not a carney yet for JaiLeD. Strong push coming in here. It's a lot of Reuter, a lot of skirms. We can look at the military. We are looking at the military units. 45 skirmishers, 41 Reuter, 31 Sepoy. On the other hand, 49 skirmishers, 26 Sepoy. So definite advantage for Pinky and the Brains currently. Pushing in, doing some good work. The Urumi do get on top of them. Are they gonna? They're just running around though. It's a shame. Do have some gendarmes out. Or cuirassiers, as you could also say. A little bit of raiding with the Reuters. Alright, so both teams have Sepoy and goons, so it kind of comes down to a little bit to who has the bigger skirmisher mass, and it's actually pretty close. Ironic Virus having the larger skirmisher mass currently. The gendarmes do come in. Gendarmes come in and cleaning up some of the skirmishers, but the Reuters making good work of them too. Looks like this is going to be cleaned up by the Grills, though. They're a little bit trapped. See if it continues to be that way, though. Military is very close, slightly in favor of Pinky and the Brains. Very close, though. They're also having to reinforce from far away, so the defender's advantage, definite advantage for the Grills. There's also more ups for Ironic Virus's skirmishers, which is pretty big. Gurkha out from JaiLeD. That is really important. I'll go back to shipments sent for you guys. But yeah, the Gurkha out is huge. I think that's a really good play. France can go goons, and then you go double skirmishers or light infantry, whatever you want to call them. Skirmisher type units, just infantry type units. That'd be better than goons, skirmishers, and Sepoy. So definite advantage, I would say. Oh, at this point though, Pinky and the Brains team has eco lead. So swing back and forth. We have two heavy cannons coming out. Just gonna clean up the rest of that. Alrighty. So map advantage over to Pinky and the Brains, military advantage over to the Grills, and economic advantage over to Pinky and the Brains. They just have had more natural resources to deal with, it looks like. Also, the carney working on the rice paddies does a good amount. Yeah, that's nice. This is why Team Urumi is less effective than 7 Urumi. Just wasting Urumi. Yeah, it depends a lot upon how players and teams use it, for sure. I have a couple fishing boats that were down here. The Caravel doing some work, killing some CDB there. They can go back to units lost, see if there's anything really important. 18 villagers down from Japan Blamer, 8 from Pinky, 32 from Ironic, and 11 from JaiLeD. Very, very heavy losses there by some of them. We have Ironic Virus losing 32 and Japan Blamer losing 18. Big difference there. Let's look at the banks real quick. So we have Ironic Virus has shipped Church, and and Mr. Flower Power just shipped Church too. So they are gonna be pretty even in that respect. Yeah, Red's pretty solid. Yeah, he's playing pretty solid. The good timing pushes with the guard ups and also the veteran ups. Nice rating coming in here. That is huge. Just use a ship, I suppose. Fishing boat. Man, that's a lot of villagers going down there. That's really important. The grills really needed that. Looking at the economy difference, still advantage for Pinky and the Brains, but not quite as much of an advantage. Military advantage way in the lead for the girls currently. Looking at the ages, both Dutch are age 4. We do have Hot Girl going up to age 4 right now. Yeah, looking pretty good. 3 TCs out from Hot Girl, 3 TCs out from Jean Ralphio. Only 1 TC out from Ironic Virus. He has 30 villagers, 5 banks. On the other hand, it's 7 banks for Mr. Flower Power and 50 villagers. I'm guessing maybe he aged up with 4 villagers, just hasn't lost any. Yeah, looking really good from him. I think maybe I value, I don't know, it's really, really close. Economy is pretty close, 10 difference. And the military largely in favor for the girls team though. We have Pinky and the Brains team pushing out here. Mr. Flower Power putting some pressure. He's really strong, but his teammates don't have many units currently. It's really interesting having these TCs that far forward. Yeah. Pushing in with this army. It could get trapped though. We'll see. A lot more army for... Why is he going to the other side? Because of the gendarmes, I guess? A lot more military out from the girls team though. Heavy cannons and deck. I can look there. Heavy cannons. No heavy cannons. It was only Ironic Virus that had heavy cannons in the deck. Should be pulling those forward though. Yep. It's a really good push by Flower Power, but he's all alone. And we see Ironic Virus trying to go around and flank them. The Reuter are going to be out of position. The cannons are going to go down there. The heavy cannons are going to clean this up. This is definitely going to be a loss from Mr. Flower Power. 1v3 there. You definitely want to push with your teammates. Yeah, that looks pretty bad. While he is very strong, like, you can't 1v3. Well, most people can't, at least. The gendarmes just staying idle there a little bit, it looks like. I'd like for the cavalry to go in here and snare the rest of the Reuter. Get more of a clean up there. But they don't do that. Military super large in favor of the girls right now. All of the girls team players are age 4. We have Pinky going to age 4 right now. India far behind though. Japan Blamer has been rated a whole lot. Yeah. He does have the Carney. He is getting rice patties up. That is good. It looks like perhaps what did you... Okay, so he just doesn't value the Carney, I guess. He aged with the Agra, then Taj Mahal, then Tower of Victory. Interesting choices there. Alright. What does the military look like? Alright, so it looks like Pinky's just going heavy boom. Trying to get back into the game. We'll go and look at the economic units, see how many each player has. 77, so pretty much max. 80 already from Hot Girl, has a factory out. 2 factories out from Flower Power. Has max vills, has max banks currently for what he can do. Japan Blamer finally has near max vills. Everyone pretty much on max vills. Looking at the shipment sent, this is where the differences of decks could come in. We have the Pinky and the Brains team having slightly more economic decks, but we have but we have the Grills team having native cards for Hawk. So we'll see if he uses them. That's the one advantage I think they have late game with these current decks. Some decent raids coming in from Goons. It's just such a huge military lead for the Grills that I don't know that Pinky and the Brains team can overcome that. Yeah. We do have Japan Blamer going age 4 right now, though. Pretty nice from him. He is the last one to hit age 4, though. These heavy cannons have been pretty nice. Just extra support from the back. Yeah, look at all the skirmishers go down with that. I don't know what Pinky and the Brains is going to do here. It's looking like it might be a 2-0. Japan Blamer does hit Industrial Age. See if there's anything really important. Has Urumi. Has the team Shivaji's tactics. Probably going to be spamming Urumi. That's pretty good into this mass for sure. Opponents have lots of goons and skirmishers. Only a little bit of cavalry. Lots of Sepoy fighting. Surprised there's not more light infantry or skirmishers, ranged infantry type units. Getting some raids off. It's looking like it's just securely in the Grill's favor. We do see Pinky and the Brains team getting some more military counts up, though. That is good. It looks like just too many villagers being down. We can look at economic units. And 53 for Pinky. Was 80 just a moment ago. Looking pretty rough for him. Go back to military units, and you guys can see that for a bit. Just pushing really hard in here from the Grills team. It looks like possibly Gene Ralphio or Hawk might go age 4 really soon. We'll see if they do that. Yeah, TC gonna go down for Pinky there. No other units to defend that. Those heavy cannons, they've stayed up for a long time here. Some good raiding from Goons over here. Perhaps just need some Gurkha. We'll see. And it looks like now may be when they're going to focus the heavy cannons. And didn't focus the other heavy cannon, focused on the cavalry. That's probably a good choice there. The Sepoys focus on the heavy cannon, but the skirmishers are not protected. Some Halbs come out. That's good. It's going to do a lot, but going to need more than that perhaps. Then he pulls back. Okay. They call it. GG. Alright. Are they going to actually call it? There we go. Alrighty. So the Grills take... I'm sorry, Pinky. GG. Looks good. Well played from everyone. Good game. We'll look at some of those. Yeah, it was close. That was a really close game. I like mirrors. Mirrors are very close. Looking at the combat statistics, Ironic Virus did amazing. Flower Power did really well too. Japan Blamer, definitely more combat XP than Gene Ralphio, despite being worse economy. Well, good micro by him. And we look at the two French players' significance difference there. Looking at the resources gathered, then villager population. Okay. The early raids just paying off, it appears. Team stats for villager population. it was really close at times. There was also a bank advantage and at times factory advantage for Pinky and the Brains. We'll look military unit population here. Honestly, just I don't know that they should have committed behind the Agra. The Agra getting so much free hits on the reinforcing units did a whole lot. But yeah, really close game. Good strategies from both teams. Really close. Yeah, I did mean age 5. Maybe I said age 4. I'm sorry. All right, so that concludes the second match of the 3v3 jail tournament. This was I'll hold a cast. I enjoy it. I'm a little bit tired right now, but yeah. Yeah, so this concludes game number 2, match number 2 of the 3v3 jail tournament. This has been Pinky and the Brains and the Grills. We're going to update that at 2:0 for you guys. And we are going to get in some games tomorrow. Some 3v3, some more quarterfinal games tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to update it in the stream, and I'll let everybody know, but we're going to have some games tomorrow to finish off the quarterfinals. Semifinals will be next weekend along with the finals. You guys have a good one. I appreciate the support so much. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Discord. The link is down below my channel. If you are interested in anything, any questions whatsoever, go ahead and ask me. You guys have a great one. I am going to be done streaming for now. I appreciate the support a whole lot. Let me see who I can raid for you guys. Gonna get a really good raid out here. Alrighty. Let's who should we raid? I suppose let's send us over to Milky Way.